You may have seen a man walking in Memphis with a message for change. And if you haven't seen him in the Mid-South this week, then you might have seen him on social media. His name is David Cruz. He is beating the streets, walking thousands of miles to bring awareness about his faith in God. And his impactful approach caught the attention of Covington Alderman John Edwards when he saw David Cruz in his area. So we brought in the alderman to talk with us today. Alderman Edwards, thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about Mr. Cruz and what piqued your interest. When did you first learn about him?
Well, I've seen the story on the internet before, and I saw when he was in Brownsville. And he left Brownsville, he went to Nutbush and went through Ripley. And I heard he was headed my way, and I just wanted to get the chance to speak to him and support him.
So you went out and met him.
Yes.
What did he say? What is the message he's bringing, and how does he impart it upon the people?
Well, 3 minutes into the conversation, he's like, come over here, let me pray with you. And that touched me, but his message is very simple. You know, number one, he wants to pray with you. He wants you to treat people kindly. And he wants you to follow the Bible. It's simple as that.
How's he getting around the country?
Walking. He will not accept money. He will not accept food, and he will not accept a ride.
So where does he stay?
He sleeps on the streets, just like a homeless person.
And where is this young man from?
He's from Pennsylvania.
Do you have any concern for his safety? I mean, that's pretty bold right now to do this solo and to not have any safe place at night.
Well, if you have belief in God and you know that he's doing God's work, you have less concern. I noticed that there were a lot of people that came up to us. I was telling someone else, it took us 6 hours to walk 2 blocks. And it's because everyone was stopping him. And everyone had positive input. And I know these were some people probably had some questionable backgrounds. Mm-hmm. But he would tell them, let me pray with you. They would sit there and, you know, pray with him. So I believe he kind of changes mindsets of people and communities.
Talk to me about what it's like in Covington right now. Some folks may think, well, it's more rural than Memphis. They don't have the problems that Memphis has, the shootings, the kids that are in need of supervision and focus. How are things in Covington?
We have the same issues that Memphis has on a smaller scale. You know, it's the same everywhere. We don't have as many of those issues. You know, most of the times it's a nice place. You can, you don't have to watch your back. You know, you can go where you want to. You still want to lock your doors.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great area. But there are crime-ridden areas. One of the areas we went into, there had been a shooting probably a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week. And I told David, you know, I want to let him know, I want to alert him before we walk there, because I want to walk there. And he said, I don't care. He said, the Lord's with me. The Lord's my Savior. I'm not worried about it.
So you take him into that neighborhood, and then what happened?
Everybody swamped him. And it was so peaceful. It was calming, and there were people running out of the apartments to get a picture with him, or to pray with him. It was somewhat of a miracle.
When they feel the spirit like that, when there is someone who enters their realm, the folks in Covington and you yourself, moving forward, how do you take his message with you, and how does that impact any change in Covington? Most
importantly, treat people like you want to be treated. You know, it's pretty simple. And we talked about that, and he told me, he said, you know, I wish that the celebrities would concentrate more on treating people like they want to be treated. And I said, you're a celebrity. He said, no, I'm talking about the Shaquille O'Neals, other guys like that.
Yeah. Well, now he is a celebrity, and more folks know his name, and I'm sure they'll be Googling him after this interview. Alderman Edwards, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you for inviting me.
We appreciate the positivity, sir.
All
right, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's turn things over now to meteorologist Maggie McCauley. She has an update on the first alert forecast. Less humidity, please, Maggie.